We are talking about the elderly. I remember the letter of Pope John Paul II, Saint now, John Paul II, on the elderly. Honoring old people involves a threefold duty, welcoming them, helping them, and making good use of their qualities. They still have something to offer. To ensure that elderly people can grow old with dignity. And that is all I'm talking about, can grow old with dignity.
The name of the project is Le Dominican Elderly Care Alliance, which focuses on taking care of the aged.
Le Dominicans are men, women, singles, and couples who are living the spirituality and charisma of the Dominican life.
Part of our focus is to say that there should be quality life, you know, up till the tomb.
So when you talk about the needs to care for the aged, a lot of needs they have at that period. Psychologically, they have needs. Physiologically, they have needs. Emotionally, they have needs. A lot of needs.
So caring for the elderly just simply means providing everything they need for them in terms of their social needs, their healthcare needs, physical needs.
So that is why they need a social worker or a caregiver to render all this for them in terms of sickness, because it's at this time that a lot of chronic infections and diseases setting into them.
Up to this time, you cannot be too sure of what is going to happen next. One, your health is beginning to fail.
You cannot identify the psychological need of that person if you don't love. And you cannot love an aged if you are not tolerant. You cannot be tolerant except you have the passion for them.
At the very early stage of their life, they go to work themselves, they go to market themselves, they fend for their children and family, they make sure that everything in terms of grocery and food, they cater themselves. And it has now gotten to a stage in their life that they can no longer do it. This thing, you need to let them know that, don't worry, this time is there's a time for us to care for you.
These are the works caregivers do.
Generally, in Africa, in the past decade, we are becoming more aware of care of the elderly. Let me say, geriatric medicine. Now, people are coming up with institutions and homes to take care of the elderly.
A lot of people are taking care of their aged ones. I mean, those who can afford it. But when you look at the totality of Nigeria and how we take care of the aged ones, I would want to say that it is very poor.
We always advocate care within the homes, and studies have shown all over the world that that is actually a better form of care.
Home environment is better. First, because it makes the aged still feel loved. He's still in a home or in his home with his people around him. But when you take the person to the home for the aged, which is good also, but it's like taking a young girl, a young boy to a boarding house. You know? The boy or the girl has no choice. It's the same thing with the aged. Maybe that aged has no choice. An African culture, you want to be among your people till you die.
When they are in their house, they have what we call comforts.
They are within their own environment that they are already used to. So there is no harassment of taking them out of the environment they are used to another environment. So you are now adding what they lack. What they lack is care. You have brought the care to them
in their own environment, they accept it better.
Another thing they have is the peace of mind. Peace of mind that I'm in my house. Cost is cheaper. Because when they are at home, they eat what they have, they eat what they want, they sleep the way they like, they walk around as they want. People come to visit them without anybody questioning, who do you want to see? But when it comes to institutionalized home, you see, when you take all these agents to institutionalized, they feel insecure, they feel imprisoned.
Let me give you an example. There was a time I went to a home, institutional, let me put it that way, institutionalized care, so to say. And we saw a group of elderly people there. And I noticed that immediately we came in, all of them were just sitting down in their seats, you know, just like that. No emotion, no expressions on their faces. So then we greeted them and they were all looking at us until the minder, who I think is in charge of them, said, they are greeting you. Then all of them, all at once, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. And I'm like, no, this is not natural. And then I just compared to a group of elderly people I saw within communities sometime before I visited that home. You know, a typical community dwelling elderly person, when you go to their communities, as you are entering, as you are going by, they are greeting you. Ele, eku, epele, ele, talembere. Before you even start asking them questions, they are already opening up to you. And they are spontaneous. So domiciliary care is good. It's something that we should embrace. It's something that we should encourage.
There are many benefits to the family. One, it helps to reduce stress. Because as we grow older, there are so many things the aged cannot do of their own. And the children or members of the family may not always be available to give the very necessary help. And when they are trained people to take care of them, the family feels relieved. And as a family, we want our aged to be cared for so that we receive the grace of God and the reward from the Lord.
When the aged ones are old, weak and feeble, we need people who are patient, people who are resolute, who have made up their minds to really take care of them. You must have love, you must have compassion in your heart to want to take care of the old ones, because, you know, they could repeat things. They'll tell you something now and tell you again. They could drive you crazy. It's normal. So you need somebody who is well trained.
The vision is providing quality supportive care in the twilight days of the aged.
If we have projects like this, then you're able to let people feel confident about getting old and actually look forward to getting old. So it's going to give people hope.
Another mission focus of the project is attending to the spiritual dimension of the aged. When we send people to the homes of the elderly or the aged, we as members would also visit the homes where our caregivers have been sent to. We'll pray with them. Another mission, a component of our project, is providing charity approach to the care of the aged. So what we are doing is not an institutionalized approach to care. It's home-based care. What we want to do is to provide care for them in the comforts of their home, to make them retain their independence.
My vision is that this project should be able to reach out to everybody. That in the nearest future, there will be no hue and cry about taking care of the aged ones. It will not be a difficult thing because we will have been able to reach every nook and corner of the country. I see it solving a lot of problems. And that's why we're asking for people to come on board to assist in carrying out this project?
Management will be, first and foremost, by the lay Dominicans of the St. Vincent Ferrer Fraternity in Ibadan here. Then we are going to ensure that we advertise and take on people who are ready to work and go to the homes of the aged. You know, when they are employed, we are going to give them the basic training that they will need in taking care of the aged, of the elderly. So we are in partnership with some other health carers, health givers, within the health giving field.
There has been a lot of unemployment here and there. And by the time it is fully set up, I see a lot of people rushing into it because of its standard, because of the sincerity. I see people clinging into it and therefore giving employment to a lot of people.
First, we are going to have an office where we are going to have an administrative staff who will be there, who can be contacted on our behalf when people who need to have the services of our caregivers can make contact and can obtain information. We are going to have flyers printed to let people know and be aware of this project and the facilities that are available. Like I also mentioned earlier on, we are having the charity approach to the care that we'll be giving. So where we need to have people who don't have the means to pay for the carers that we'll be sending, we have to, make sure that we are able to still take care of them. So the cost is enormous, and that's one of the reasons why we are having the launch of this project, so that people can support us, so that people can come to our help. Yes, we have just made it a very a modest projection of 2.5 million, but we know that it will take much more than that.
The issue of funds cannot be overemphasized. Some of these elderly people, while they have trained children, they have children that can take care of them, that can provide for them financially. There are several elderly people who have trained children, but whose children are not gainfully employed, and there are even some that they don't just have that, they cannot afford that kind of care. They can't afford domiciliary care. They can't pay for it. So for people like that, you need somebody else to do the, to pay for such services for them. And that's why we all can come together and say, okay, I'm going to help an elderly person.
It's a good cause, and for God's sake, one day we are going to be old too, and people will take care of us. If our aged people are well taken care of and they are happy, then we will be happier. So I would want to donate to the cause generously too. For as much as God blesses me and provides for me, I'll do my best. And I've started contacting even my friends to come and partner with the church. And I'm calling on everybody, whatever you have, just make sure you donate it to a good cause. Little drops of water makes a mighty ocean. And some other people will benefit from this money. You'll be happy that you're making other people happy, and you'll be glad. And I'm sure God will take all the glory and you all the blessings.
Since Christ is the cornerstone, since St. Dominic is behind us, and since we, out of the zeal of these two people, I am sure that our performance will grow from strength to strength.
My dear brothers and sisters, we are all gathered here today to begin this enterprise. We must not fail God. We must not fail humanity. The little that we do today will be accepted by God. And I believe the blessing of God will be in abundance on you as you are all gathered here to see how we can begin this project of impacting in the life of the aged and the elderly in our society. My prayer is that God Almighty, who accepts the gift of those who give to him in his creatures will bless you abundantly, and in your own old age will provide for you, your children, the society, that what you give today will go a long way to alleviating the suffering of the elderly in the society. Thank you, and may God bless you.